All right, everybody, welcome back and welcome to your energy forecast for the month of June. My name is Kate. I run Starseed Awakening Co. I help sensitive, energetic beings, sensitive people, and starseeds help to understand their path and their purpose in this lifetime, as well as understanding why they have the sensitivity that they do and help guide them on their path. I took a little break. I'm back. I don't know where I'm going to put this video, but it'll be up somewhere. So if you're here watching it, give it a like, subscribe to either my channel or to Instagram, leave a comment below, and just let me know that you are out there so that I'm not just speaking to the void. For the month of June, I want to share with you, because I'm not focusing so much on astrology, because I felt like I was splitting my attention a little bit too much. When I channel these messages, I use cards to help, but I'm just channeling my own guides. And if you're curious about your own spirit guides or what that means or what everyone's looks like, everybody is different. And I personally channel with the help of the Pleiadians, who you can Google, but you might end up down a rabbit hole. So just drop a comment, send me a DM if you want to learn more. But I'm channeling my own guides. So that's where my channeled guidance comes from. And the month of June is a bit like a peanut M&M. It's got like a peanut on the inside of what we really need to focus on internally and how we want to be moving from in June. And then we've got the candy and the chocolate shell, which is what is going on the ground day to day in the outside world and what we're seeing, experiencing, witnessing, hearing, smelling, tasting, feeling, etc. So, excuse me. So, for the month of June, that external candy shell is busyness. There's a lot happening, there's a lot of things shifting and moving around. Summer in the northern hemisphere, or these months, June, July, August, the fire months, these are sort of the shaking of the collective tapestry, the shaking out of things so that things can rise and rearrange and fall away as they need to, so that we can come back with clear intention and really strong focus moving forward into fall and sort of marinating our clarified ideas into the winter so that they can grow into something else. So that means that there's a lot of things shifting, and don't be surprised if you feel like you're making new connections this month with people, you're creating new friendships, you feel like maybe some of your old friendships are falling to the wayside or maybe falling to the back burner. Just trust that the universe has a hand to play in your divine alignment. I got that guidance from my own medium, from Laura Warren, who you can Google if you want, look her up on Instagram, find her YouTube channel. But she encourages, and this month especially, she was encouraging me to trust that the universe has a hand to play in your divine orchestration. And so if things are shifting around, and especially when it comes to relationships and love and communication and people, connecting to people, if you're manifesting or you're muddling through new relationships, don't worry so much about the ones you're not connecting with, and just lean into the fact that the universe can help you move stuff around as you're just focusing on what's going on in front of you. It's like reminding yourself that you're in the play of life, like a theater play, and you're on stage, and the person in front of you, who's the other character, is the relationship you're working with right now. But the universe is helping you align all of the other characters backstage. So it's not like, if you're shifting relationships, it's not like those people are just falling away. It's that you need to recalibrate your focus and realign your focus for this month so that you can do what you need to that will serve you best. There's a lot of emphasis this month on refocusing into what works best for you, but especially refocusing into joy. You know, there's so much intensity going on in the world, and I will tell you right now, and I assure you right now, if you spend your precious energy focusing on how much is going wrong, you're going to rob yourself of the joy that you have to experience in this lifetime. And I've said it before and I'll say it again. I'm not saying turn away from the atrocities. I'm not saying forget that it's happening or go into your bubble or try and hide. That doesn't work either, right? We're all connected. We all have to work together. But can you work on providing yourself with the nourishment at home base, and then presenting yourself or preparing yourself to be able to help those in your immediate circle? That's going to affect the most direct change. And I've read that in, I forget who wrote this social justice book, but being able to have yourself in alignment first and then affect the people in your immediate circle and then affect your immediate community, those are where you can enact the most change. Now, when it comes to the global world, you know, stay aware, stay relevant, stay present to what's happening, but don't lose your joy, because it's not going to get us anywhere. You know, if we sink to this level of defeat, then the forces that are enacting violence, the forces that are trying to make us afraid, they win. So think of your joy, your conscious joy, right? Not just like getting wasted and forgetting that the world exists. And like, obviously that has a time and place for people sometimes too. But your conscious joy is an act of rebellion. So put that in your little heart pocket for the month of June, and we'll see how we move forwards with the cards. As always, if you want to book a reading with me, you can message me through Instagram. You can find me on YouTube, or you can check me out on Facebook, Starseed Awakening Co. I wrote an energy healing and protection book for highly sensitive people and empaths called Starseed Survival Guide. I am changing the name to Welcome to Earth Energy Protection. I forget what this subtitle is, but it's about energy protection and boundaries, essentially, for energy. So check out the book, ask me questions. If you want to follow me on medium.com, that's where I write all of my stuff about starseeds, all of my stuff about energy protection. So there are plenty of places to do a little bit more digging or find more answers if you're looking for it. If you need a simple guided meditation, I have a meditation called Energy Protection for Empaths and Highly Sensitive People on YouTube. I've found lately there are some interest in getting my meditations on Insight Timer, so I'll also do that. But the meditation is on YouTube, Starseed Awakening Co. Go check it out. I'm done with the PSAs. Okay, cards for June. So when we're talking about, I'll show you the card. When we're talking about that peanut part, the part of that works in alignment with you so that you're steady on the inside and you're ready to go out into the world, what we need to give our energy to for the month of June is focusing on what actually works for you. So when it comes to me, and people who know me well will know this, but people who don't know me well will think I'm the complete opposite, because we are all wearing a mask of some sort out in the world, right? Sometimes it's our school selves or our work selves or our public selves or whatever. But when it comes to the internal you, the you underneath the mask, what works for me is getting up at an ungodly hour in the morning, having at least 3 hours to myself before I go to work, whether that's exercising, writing, going to the gym, like whatever, lying on my floor by myself, spending time with my partner, it doesn't matter. But if I have 3 hours to myself before work, and then after work, I don't necessarily really want to be social. I'll either go for a walk somewhere or maybe I'll connect with a friend one-on-one, but the town where I live is big on beach fires and get-togethers and all these things, and that doesn't really work for me. But it's the opposite of what I come across in public and at work. And so June is really asking us, and this card is reflecting this, to create a really strong foundation of what you know that works for you internally so that you have a true north to come back to this month. If you know that you need a lot of time to yourself before work, or you need a lot of time to decompress after work, or you know that evening is your best time for getting your side projects done, then make that your primary priority this month. Because as we move into July and August, we're going to be building off the foundation that we create right now. And for a lot of you, the universe is testing you. What do you actually want to be doing? Because you're going to be provided with a lot of opportunity this month and a lot of opportunity to jump in various directions. And just because, I'll say this as a reminder, just because you're good at something doesn't mean you need to give your energy to it. That is something really to take home. And don't do it for free. So remind yourself, what is most important to me? Do a mind map on a piece of paper, write a bunch of stuff down, figure out what's important to you, and then create a system that works for you so you have somewhere to come back to so that you can feel, hey, I'm going to go to this cocktail thing after work. It's not normally what I would do, but I'm going to do it tonight. Instead of getting in a habit of, oh my God, I've gone to 4 cocktail things this week and I'm really burnt out and I'm really not enjoying myself because I'm an introvert. Whereas if you know you're extroverted, give yourself some time to be grounded and to be focused, and always learning how to be by ourselves is important, but seek out new people, seek out connections that'll make you feel good, seek out relationships that really feed that side of you, right? If you know if that's your true north, then do what you can to feed that. But if you have the strong foundation, you won't get distracted by the chocolate candy shell outer core of all of the other things that are happening that are really just distractions, whether they seem positive or not. When it comes to relationships, when it comes to family relationships, we've got this woodpecker card in reverse. I mostly just show you for the images. When it comes to family relationships, it's so important for you to remember that you are the transmuter of the current status quo in your family. You must remind yourself that looking externally to your family for examples of how you want to be isn't necessarily going to provide you with a framework to help you move forwards. Looking to writers and artists and creators that inspire you, or that are also doing the hard thing and are also daring to be different, that's where you want to be looking for your foundation. But know deep within, and this is particular to the time in this world, we are the people who are flipping the script. And so remind yourself that the more authenticity you can bring into your family relationship, the more shift will happen. You are the light that reminds them that they need to step out of the dark. So when it comes to whether it's a sibling relationship or multiple siblings or your parents or whatever, you must remind yourself that you are the one who is courageous enough to step out of the boat and go into different waters so that you could make a change to the common script and the common narrative. You're the one who is changing the way. So remind yourself of that and stop putting so much expectation on yourself to fit a narrative that is pre-existing, because you are the one who is brave enough to write the new one. When it comes to other relationships, like romantic relationships or friendship relationships for the month of June, it's funny, I got this card upside down, but you can't really tell one way or another because it looks pretty much the same. And the caption underneath says, everything is connected, which I think is fitting considering I flipped it upside down. Your relationships, every person you contact, everybody is interwoven one way or another. And so in this sort of mixed energy of June, in maintaining what works for you, but then having the outside version of yourself as well, in order to create harmony, we must remember that everybody exists within the global classroom, right? Everybody out there, all of the tourists that are visiting and the people you work with and the people who are above you at work and your friends and your old friends and your exes and your parents, all of those people, they're all interwoven into the great web of life. And we are no better or no more far apart or no more distanced than the person next to us. If you can bring into June the integrity of doing what you want to without scorning or name calling or belittling the person next to you who isn't doing that, that's going to create a whole different level of openness for you this month. So if you can, this is the patience piece of this month, if you can remind yourself of the connectivity of all of the people who are out there in the world or the people you come in contact with, and see if you can find a common thread. Because the more we remind each other of the humanity within, or the more we remind ourselves of the humanity within each other, the more peaceful we're going to be in our interactions. And that will ripple out to larger waves of peace. And last card. This is interesting. This also came up in the energy forecast that Laura Warren put out, my medium that I follow. And if you want a slightly different perspective on energy forecasts, go check out her YouTube channel. It's just LauraWarrenMedium.com. But when it comes to your dreams and your goals, your aspirations, can you flip your perspective in the way that you're going about it? And sometimes that means relying on somebody else to give you that perspective. Like put your problem to a friend or put your problem, write it on a piece of paper and literally like flip yourself upside down and be like, how can I look at this differently? Because June is a lot about this sort of backdoor energy. Let's say we want to become a famous musician and we think that the way to do that is to spend more time playing music, put ourselves out there, go on social media and try and find gigs and shows. But maybe it's actually about spending this month just playing for us and not trying to put ourselves out there and bringing our energy back in and letting that opportunity come to us. And asking the universe to bring more opportunities to us, become magnetic instead of so externally seeking. Whatever it is that your dream that you're working on, that was a backward sentence, whatever your dream is that you're working on, whatever your aspiration is, whatever this card brought up for you, see if you can approach that problem from a different perspective. And sometimes, go find yourself somebody who's a Gemini and ask them for a different perspective because, and it is Gemini season, and they are the masters of seeing the duality in everything. And so can you take your current desire, dream, wish, problem and turn it on its head and see it another way? That is going to be your way through. So that is all I have for you folks this month. I really hope you enjoyed this. I am surprising myself by being back in front of the camera. So please drop a comment. Let me know you're here. If you're on Instagram, please share this video so that people find it and let your friends know. Recommend me for readings. I will get around to posting more of my reviews, but check me out on GoogleReviews.com. I have like 20 5-star reviews that People are really stoked about getting readings from me, so consider checking it out, and I hope you have a really, really good month. Take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and blessings.